reported that the US government and the US Congress are about to sign off a deal worth over $100 billion with the Biafran government. And at the same time, do you think that they know that if the Biafran nation finally emerges, that they have what it takes to, make a good nation, and that's why they want to really strike a deal? No, let's not forget that Israel and Nigeria just struck a deal. Do you not think that's why the Congress are saying Nnamdi Kanu must be set free? What's your take as regards?
Well, let me just make it very clear. When you're talking about whether America is considering, they don't need to consider. It depends on the input or the impact of the role they played, to see to the recognition of Biafra as a nation, a sovereign nation. Biafra has all it takes, in terms of the population, the size, and the geopolitical space, including natural resources, that are in tons. Yes, the Imo State gas deposit there. I can take care of the whole world for 100 years. There are a lot more talking about resources, human capacity, and all that. It's a viable nation, Biafra. I can tell you, very viable. So if they are what we are hearing is that the 100 billion is just a take-off fund. I don't if that report is actually true. It's a take-off fund by to kickstart a new kind of support. But the people are saying, why this large amount of money? I think there are a lot more to it because of the maritime angle. You can see what Alex Oti is trying to do now, to try to see if they can open up seaports in Abia State, because we are very close to the Atlantic, we are very close to the ocean. Our navigation system, our nautical miles is just sighted to none. We can navigate anywhere in the world in less than hours, to any part of the world, because we are directly connected to the Atlantic. So and there are potentials of so many things that can come from the maritime angle, that can also add a lot of value to the aviation, Biafran aviation industry, and of course, we understand that America is looking deeply, on some of those potentials, but they also know that they are not the only country, that the Biafrans government are looking at to partner or to share a deal. But with what we are hearing about their funding, it's going to come in phases, and a lot of professionals, different professionals abroad are already, working out. And before it get to that, there are series of, agreement. You can't just come up and say, we are, recognizing a nation. Then if you recognize a nation, then what actually happened? There's also a Nigerian angle of it, because every Nigerian property will be shared. Every other things will be looked into, So, but in preparation to that, the take-off fund is something that will actually come from the United States of America, and is going to come in badges. Yes, from what we are hearing. It's a big one. Yes, a signal that something big is already on the corner. But the whole world seems to be paying so much attention on Biafra currently now. They have seen a lot of things. The Israeli government too is also eyeing security part. Infrastructure part too. Military and others. They are already in some high level of agreement in that regard. So many countries like that, but the most significant one is how American government we're still watching to see how they are going to actually come in fully, if actually that report was actually what it is. But from all indications, Donald Trump is also mandating that agreement be carried out in the Congress properly, and every other diplomatic, documentation in that regard also been facilitated. We don't know how the time, the day this great news is going to break, but I don't think it is far from now. And we're also hearing that there are already a conclusion that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's appeal will no longer be upheld that any moment from now, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be released any moment from now. The federal government has indicated and affected the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu based on international pressure currently now. And so, yes, the signals we are getting is that the global world might actually be needing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's presence at the moment because of what is going to come. Thank God he has able to reshuffle take care of the DOS aspect and bring in more professionals. And these are the news we are getting now, that I think things are on the high side, on the advanced level now, where we are seeing countries coming in, presenting diplomatic bilateral agreements, treaties are being signed, in preparation, in all ramification, both development of sports, every
agriculture too is involved.
Yes, yeah, a lot.
But do you not think that's why the Congress, are telling Marco Rubio to, go for and meet with Nnamdi Kanu, because they know that handing over this huge sum of money to someone that they can't trust, except for the likes of Nnamdi Kanu, who they know that, okay, fine, if we give this fund, we know that we are getting value for money, and we are giving this fund to somebody that we trust. Do you think that's why
Nnamdi Kanu is not the Biafran government? Nnamdi Kanu is just,
leader?
Yes, he's a leader. And yes, he's the face and he's a witness. That money will be handed to a Biafran government. You understand? At the end of the day, under the acknowledgement and supervision and observation, and maybe possibly final signatory. I told you it's going to come in phases, and before that money will also be deployed, the Biafra recognition would have taken place. And that is why when you talk about Marco Rubio, facilitating, engaging the federal government in that regard, is because that definitely Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be released, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be in Sokoto prison when any of this country definitely is going to recognize Biafra. No, it cannot happen, and that is why you are seeing these top diplomatic moves now by Donald Trump to engage. Yes, that's what it means. The Nigerian government, but I think to understand, the federal government has been defeated in that angle. Because there's nothing they can do. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has his hand off completely. Appeal court is going to be just a formality. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released any moment unconditionally, and that is what is being bargained currently now. All this death threats, rubbish, and all that is definitely going to be quashed. And now that the cabinet DOS has been reshuffled, so you can see a lot of things coming in. The other day, the G7 nations, indicated and signed an understanding that was passed to the United Nations based on Biafra referendum charter. So a lot of things are coming up in that regard.
But we see Nnamdi Kanu's, U.S. lawyer Bruce Fein come to say that if Nnamdi Kanu is not, released, that he will make sure that the U.S. Congress finally pushes that the UN expel Nigeria from, expel Nigeria from the UN, council. Do you think that the Congress have wanted to do this if after Marco Rubio, do the needful, and the federal government of Nigeria is still adamant on Nnamdi Kanu's freedom?
I don't think Nigeria will be able to stand up and look at a genuine and transparent matter like Nnamdi Kanu's matter, that has been condemned all over the world. The international community have condemned it. The nations have shut it down. There was no law. You cannot try a man on a repeat laws, So, Nigeria is battling their face diplomatically. If there's any other today, they would have stopped that of Sunday Johnson now, but they were not able to stop that of Sunday Johnson, So how would they stop a big one now? The world is already angry that how come this kind of calamity were able to happen under Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu is need to rescue himself, currently now, because one, he's not even sure. Nigeria is working a two-way path now, whether there's going to be election, whether Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to be the last president. Nigeria, the United States position now has put Nigeria under a serious circumstances, challenges now, because even the federal government now does not know when it will happen, when Nigeria will break up. It can be anytime. They can wake up tomorrow and they just find out that Nigeria has been ordered or Biafra has been recognized. So what are they going to do? So and that's why they're saying that there's no, since America has intervened, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not have any option at this moment now to do otherwise. Than to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go and engage the international communities on Biafra recognition, and that is just the way it is.
Okay.
A lot of people, but it just saw what happened in China when Donald Trump went to China. He went with a lot of things. So a lot of people are already indicating interest. Like we had the Starlink guru, but even though they say the man is an artificial brain or artificial human being, yes, and he has also indicated interest to one of the best and the biggest, largest stadia on top of the our sea. Yes, they can build airport on top of our waters in the sea, because we are close to 11,000 or 11 nautical miles to the high sea and all that. All those things are potential investment areas, just like what we have in Holland. Holland today is filled with water. The Holland you are looking at, Netherlands were just water. There's nothing there, but they filled it up and it became a nation. Today, Elon Musk is also eyeing how he's going to build a lot of things, like one of the most powerful airports on top of the sea for Biafrans. And we're talking about, also, and he also indicated that he should be allowed to establish network there, and also the result of it is that he is going to build one of the most powerful stadium in a stadia, about 2 or 3, from that report. And then, like when we are hearing that any moment we are going to see the bouncing back of Mazi Simon Ekpa, who are also believed that established a diplomatic relationship with the likes of Elon Musk as at that time. So it's a whole lot more. I'm not talking about American celebrities who are also the likes of Rihanna, Lady B, and so many of them like that. So it's a big one. It's coming. It's a big one, and the people who are handling some of these moves are hardcore.
So you're saying if the celebrities or the world richest men around the globe finally brings their money down to Biafra for investment, you feel that their investment is safe? You feel they can get value for money when they invest in Biafra? You think that they will get all what they want and do better than when they invest in Nigeria?
The set of people who are going to handle the Biafra government are in the likes of George Washington of United States of America, Mushi Dayan of Israel, Golda Meir, powerful people. Those are the kind of caliber of people. People like Madison, Rockefeller, we have them in Biafra land. They are Igbo people, they are Igbo boys, they are Igbo professionals. They are thousands. Those who are definitely going to be very selfish, knows that, the most powerful black nation is about to emerge, and it requires a lot of things. So we are not going to, it is not going to be this Nigerian thing that has no foundation. Nigeria has been corrupted, led on corrupt foundation. And that's why they cannot have light. And look at the guy, if I have forgotten his name, has also indicated interest that with the use of Imo State gas alone and coal, that Biafra will be able to have a 24 hours uninterrupted supply within just a space of time. So all these things have been put in place, and you can see the prophecies everywhere. That in less than 5 years, Biafra land, Biafra nation will become, just more and bigger. Just when you look at New York, you look at Biafra, you look at Dubai, you look at Biafra, you look at Tel Aviv, look at Biafra. I say it will be modeled as one of the most beautiful black African countries in the world. And that is why they are bringing the money. But they're not just bringing the money because they have seen over time that these people have the capacity, have the professionalism, have the link, have the connect, have the network anywhere in the world. And they have proved themselves over the years that they got what it takes. So you can see everything is complete, and they are not joking about it. So that's what what Donald Trump, is coming up with in his own support. So when you hear Donald Trump strikes a deal with Biafrans, people are wondering what kind of a deal, but the deal is vast. It covers a whole lot of sectors in the Biafran struggle, in the Biafran government, in the Biafran reality. But Marco Rubio need to do the needful. And once that is done, I can tell you, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is ready now to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There's no two ways about it, because unless he does not want the wrath of Trump. Yes, he cannot challenge. No, Nigeria is not even reached to challenge U.S. Congress. Talking about Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, ordering that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released immediately. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu said no, when he has seen the handwriting on the wall that Nigeria is gone, that him too need to save his own people. So it's a clear fact that the breakup is around the corner.